Today our topic is Existentialism versus Stoicism. What's the best philosophy? Life is full of challenges, and how we choose to face them often depends on our beliefs and the philosophies we follow. Two of the most well-known philosophies that guide people through life are Existentialism and Stoicism. Both offer ways to understand the world, find meaning, and deal with difficulties, but they are very different in their approaches. The question is, which one is better? Which one can help us live a more fulfilling life? Let's explore both philosophies and see what they teach us. First, let's talk about Stoicism. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that started in Greece and was later developed by Roman thinkers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. The main idea of Stoicism is that we cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we react to those things. Stoics believe that the key to a good life is to focus on what is within our control and let go of what is not. For example, if it rains on the day you planned a picnic, you can't change the weather, but you can change your attitude. Instead of being upset, you can choose to enjoy the rain or find another activity to do indoors. Stoicism teaches us to accept the world as it is and to remain calm and rational, even in difficult situations. It encourages us to live with virtue, which means being wise, courageous, just, and disciplined. By doing this, we can achieve inner peace and live a meaningful life, no matter what happens around us. Now let's look at existentialism. Existentialism is a more modern philosophy that became popular in the 19th and 20th centuries, with thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre, Friedrich Nietzsche, and Albert Camus. Unlike Stoicism, which focuses on accepting the world, existentialism is all about creating your own meaning in life. Existentialists believe that life has no inherent meaning or purpose. This might sound depressing at first, but it's actually empowering. If life has no predetermined meaning, it means you are free to create your own. You are the author of your own story, and you have the power to choose what matters to you. Existentialism teaches us that we are responsible for our own choices and actions. This can be both exciting and scary, because it means there is no one to blame but ourselves if things go wrong. But it also means we have the freedom to shape our lives in any way we want. So, which philosophy is better? It depends on what you value and what kind of person you are. Stoicism might be better for someone who wants to stay calm and focused, even in the face of chaos. It teaches us to accept the things we cannot change, and to find peace in the present moment. This can be very helpful in a world that often feels unpredictable and stressful. On the other hand, existentialism might appeal to someone who wants to take control of their life and create their own path. It encourages us to embrace our freedom and to take responsibility for our choices, even when it's difficult. Both philosophies have their strengths, and you don't have to choose just one. You can take ideas from both and create your own approach to life. Let's go deeper into Stoicism. One of the key ideas in Stoicism is the concept of the dichotomy of control. This means that some things are within our control, and some things are not. For example, you can control your thoughts, your actions, and your attitude, but you cannot control the weather, other people's opinions, or the past. Stoics believe that by focusing on what we can control, we can avoid unnecessary stress and disappointment. This doesn't mean we should ignore the things we can't control. Instead, we should accept them as they are, and focus on how we can respond in the best way possible. For example, if you lose your job, you can't change the fact that it happened, but you can control how you react. You can choose to see it as an opportunity to find a new job, learn new skills, or even start your own business. By staying calm and rational, you can turn a difficult situation into a chance for growth. Another important idea in Stoicism is the practice of negative visualization. This means imagining the worst-case scenario and preparing yourself for it. For example, if you are worried about losing your job, you can imagine what you would do if it actually happened. You can think about how you would find a new job, how you would cut your expenses, and how you would stay positive. By doing this, you are not only preparing yourself for the worst, but also appreciating what you have right now. When you realize that things could be much worse, you start to feel more grateful for what you have. This practice can help you stay calm and focused, even in difficult times. Now, let's explore existentialism in more detail. One of the central ideas in existentialism is the concept of existence precedes essence. This means that we are born without a predetermined purpose or identity. It is up to us to create our own meaning and define who we are through our choices and actions. For example, when you are born, you are not a doctor, a teacher, or an artist. You become these things by making choices and taking actions that shape your identity. This idea can be both liberating and terrifying. On one hand, it means you have the freedom to be whoever you want to be. On the other hand, it means you are responsible for your own life, and there is no one to blame but yourself if things don't go as planned. Another important idea in existentialism is the concept of authenticity. This means being true to yourself and living in a way that reflects your own values and beliefs, rather than following what society or others expect of you. For example, if you feel pressured to pursue a career that doesn't interest you just because it's what your family or society expects, you are not living authentically. Instead, you should choose a path that aligns with your own passions and values, even if it's more challenging. Living authentically can be difficult because it often means going against the norm and facing criticism or rejection. But existentialists believe that it's better to live a life true to yourself than to live a life that pleases others. Both Stoicism and Existentialism offer valuable lessons for life. Stoicism teaches us to accept the world as it is and to find peace in the present moment. It encourages us to focus on what we can control and to let go of what we cannot. Existentialism, on the other hand, teaches us to create our own meaning and to live authentically. It reminds us that we are free to choose our own path and that we are responsible for our own lives. Both philosophies can help us navigate the challenges of life, but they do so in different ways. In the end, the best philosophy is the one that works for you. Some people might find comfort in the calm and rational approach of Stoicism, while others might prefer the freedom and creativity of existentialism. You don't have to choose just one. You can take ideas from both and create your own philosophy of life. The most important thing is to live in a way that feels true to you and to keep learning and growing no matter what challenges you face. Life is not about finding the perfect philosophy. It's about finding what helps you live a meaningful and fulfilling life. So, whether you are a Stoic, an Existentialist, or somewhere in between, remember that you have the power to shape your own life.